Hello again, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you very much, of course. I hope you're all doing good. And I mean that from my heart. I'm not just saying it, but I hope you're all good. So, we're going to look at another one of Alicia's Around the World video. So, we're going to have it at that one. And I know most of my content's all about Alicia. I don't know, I just do it, I guess. But if you do want me to change my content on someone else or other people, or reacting to other cooking or other anything, just let me know in the comments and we'll have a look. All right, let's watch Big Titties. Let's go.
Guys, I just wanted to talk to you really quick about the Dirty Dozen.
Oops, sorry guys, that's saggy titties. Let's look at Big Titties, Alicia. Okay, I like just having a joke. Let's go.
Hi everyone, it's Alicia with the Doherty Dozen, and this is our weekly Around the World night where we make food from a different country, culture, or area of the world for our family of 14. Tonight we are doing the Bahamas. We are going to be making Bahamian chicken sauce, lobster tail, which I have thawing. I will show you. We went shopping for that today at Costco. We're making the chicken sauce recipe is from All Recipes. We're making Guy Fieri's pigeon peas and rice from Food Network. And we are making Johnny Cake from Nassau Paradise Island, the Bahamas. I will link all of these in the description of this video. But first, it's evening, so I moved on to sparkling water, ginger.
And a few shots of vodka inside. Let's not forget that. Maybe anyway. Who knows?
Let's go. The chicken has to marinate for 1 hour in lime juice and seasoned salt, 3 tablespoons of lime juice, and a teaspoon of seasoned salt.
Lime juice? That's interesting. I usually use lemon and garlic, and a few 7 mixed spices. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see with the lime juice. Let's go.
What did I say? 3 tablespoons. Seems like there's not going to be enough marinade, but that's what the recipe says. So we're going to go with it. Keep watching Scooby-Doo. This is not seeming like enough at all, but whatever.
No, I wouldn't use that glass oven the flat tray for marination. You'd be best to use a bowl or a bag or something if you're gonna marinate it properly, you know? Oh, why is she scraping it with that metal and measurement spoon? That's irritating. That would irritate your brain. Use like a wooden spoon or something.
I'm gonna trust All Recipes, that they know what they're talking about. Alright, I've got chicken wings. I honestly don't know how many chicken wings I have. So let's see. I got these at Walmart. They're the Purdue brand. I got 4 pounds, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Does not seem like enough marinade.
Yeah, that marination is definitely not enough. And it's not the marination that's the problem, or the recipe. I think because you're using way too much chicken. I think that's the problem. Yeah. Stop spreading the feckin' salmonella all over the place.
1 hour at room temperature? Can you really leave chicken at room temperature for an hour?
It depends on your room temperature. Have a look, read this. But the question is, was your chicken out for an hour or more? Or maybe all bloody day? Since I'm sure you defrosted those chickens, isn't it? Obviously, there must be something wrong with the chicken since Alicia was making those faces. Maybe there's a smell coming out of it, or it looks funny. But her face tells it on that there's something wrong with the chicken. There's no marination on that. For feck's sake. You're just fiddling around the chicken. There's nothing going on. Do more marination. Come on. Common sense. Okay, so we can see that she didn't put the chicken into the fridge. So it's just sitting there now. Let's see how long she's going to keep it out.
Alright, we're going to move on to Johnny cake. This is their bread that they eat in the Bahamas. It says first mix the dry ingredients, and then we're going to cut in cold butter, and then add the milk. So, Dash is going to help me. The milk? Not yet. Butter? Yep. You can cut the butter for me. Let me wash up the milk. Oh, bubbles. Okay. So, you can cut up the butter. We need half a cup of butter. A half a cup of water. Which is an entire stick of butter. So 1 stick of butter. Oh, it's a humidifier. You hear that? Yeah. Anyway, okay. A whole stick of butter you're going to cut in small little pieces, okay? And I'll get the dry ingredients going. Small pieces? Small pieces. Like, it says into small cubes. Just like... So, like, you're going to cut them into pieces and then into more pieces. Can I get a sharp one?
What are you doing, Tippy Fingers? What's she doing there?
Sharpest one. It's the sharpest cake one. It's a little small in my hands. So like this big. I think that's a square.
Why don't you go and wash your hands? She's not washing her hands after that. All slimy butter under the fingernails.
Cut the butter.
Glad I'm not eating in that house. Dirty hands, the last of them.
Okay, this 1, 2. 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I'm gonna wash this. Oh, the last piece isn't that square. Oh, look, Mom. Can you cut them into even smaller pieces than that? Keep going. Alright, a teaspoon of salt, a tablespoon of baking powder.
Oh, jeepers. Mind your fingers, child, won't you?
I just put in baking soda, not baking powder.
It's all right. Your food's going to be shitty anyway. To mind this.
Maybe so what? But, yeah, is this small enough baking powder? Oh, that is small enough. Going
Okay, calm down, child.
small enough? Hope I don't need it for anything tomorrow. Yeah, well, maybe a little smaller. Alright, a teaspoon of salt. First piece. We're gonna mix this up. And then we'll add in the butter. It says cut it in with a pastry cutter, which I don't have. Maybe or your hands. I'm just gonna use my hands.
No! Don't use your fucking hands. Oh, here we go. The hands and the nails going into the food.
Little pieces, you gotta put it in this, okay? I'm gonna measure out the milk now. So I need 2/3 cup of milk. Okay, you good? And we're gonna mix it with our hands. Do you want me to do it or do you want to do it? I want to do it. Okay. I like hands. Why don't you get the stool? Yeah, get the stool. Okay. Mom. This is Dash's turn to help right now. This is my turn to help. Sorry. Do I put this in? You got to help with the snack board, remember?
That was a fast hand wash, Alicia. I think you only washed a couple of fingers, did you? Looks like Nevaeh is eating snacks. Better than Alicia's rotten chicken cooking anyway.
Okay, anyways, mix that in with your hands. I have the oven set to 350. We're gonna mix in this butter. Don't you dare touch it with those dirty hands.
Excuse me, but your son's hands is dirty as well. So what's the difference if Harley touches it? All your hands are dirty. And why are you caring all of a sudden about dirty hands going in the food? Sure, how many times you've put dirty hands in your food? You could even write a book out for us of the many times you put dirty hands in food.
Come here, I'll help you.
What the feck are you doing, child? You don't play with food. It's not Play-Doh.
Okay. Stash's turn. Keep going, you're doing great. Okay, I'm gonna find a 9x9 pan in the pantry. Alright, there's the lobster.
8 lobster tails. Is that enough, I wonder, for the family? But then again, you're doing rotten chicken, isn't it? So, yeah, should be plenty of food.
These are like super tiny.
The feckin' onions are dropping everywhere. Just put down the phone for 2 seconds, will you? And grab a flippin' onion. And why the lunch bags are squashed back there? They look full as well. Did you not clean them out, like?
Alright, I'm out in the garage.
Look how everything is messy. What's the oranges doing up there in all the packs? Fix it all nice, will you?
I gotta get rice, and I gotta get the chicken broth. Wait, did it say chicken stock or chicken broth? I gotta look. Thankfully, I have one thing of chicken stock. And then the pigeon peas.
Pigeon peas? That's a weird name. It doesn't sound very appetizing. Sounds like pigeon poops. Pigeon poo-poos.
And, oh, the peppers.
Got quite a few canned mixes there, don't you, Alicia? Maybe some bear or white claw. Is it, Alicia? Did she say that's rice?
I think we didn't put so much milk in. What did we do wrong? Can you tell us? I don't think we did it good enough. No, I don't think we did either. Maybe we should make another one if this doesn't work. Yeah, let's this is going to take a long time, okay? Put this onion I peeled.
Oh my gosh. Take that onion out of your mouth, child.
Who does that? Alright, we need 1 scoop of... Do any of my like recipes sometimes print like that? I don't know. Like what? Like really light. Okay, so you've got to dice up that onion. Is that a blank paper? Basically.
Blank paper? Oh, maybe. Yeah, that's blank paper. Are you reading from the blank paper or what?
Used to cut butter. So, I'm not gonna cut up. I'm ready. Ha! Hey, what are you doing? Just cutting the ends off, and then you can dice it. It's much easier like this. You want to bridge your hand. Okay. By the way, this is a child-safe knife. It will not cut him. It's magic.
And whatever. If it can cut an onion, it can cut skin as well. All right?
My eyes hurt. You don't like cutting onions, remember? It makes your eyes water. Yeah.
Yeah, here we hold. But you made her cut them last time. Remember? Just for content. Now you're getting your son to cut them to see his reaction.
Okay, we're also going to need green pepper, we need a half of a green pepper. So I'll work on that. Not yet. Do you want to trade and I do the onion and you do the pepper? No, I can't do this. It's just very, very hard with all this. Okay, we're dicing up half of the green pepper and a large onion and putting it into a pot. Oil. It says vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. I don't have that. I'm going to use canola oil. Sure, that's going to work.
It'll do, child. Better than putting nothing in the pot.
Your eyes. Go wash your hands. Go wash.
How feckin' embarrassing, Alicia. You're reading from a blank paper. What happened to the recipe? What happened to the printer?
Your hands. Oh, you did a really good job. It's much more better. Does it hurt your eyes? No, you already cut it off, so.
Slice the onions nicely. Nice strips or something. Put your hand into it. Let's have a look at nice ways to cut onions. For goodness sake, Alicia, why are you just throwing the onions in on top of cold oil? What's wrong with you? Why you always do this? Put it on the gas, heat up the oil, and then fry the onions. Ugh.
I want to cut onions. What'd you do for recess today?
Why you telling strangers he's business? Why don't you ask him that when you're not recording, Alicia?
Oh, the smoke. Yeah. Where's it coming from? Canada. Oh, wildfires. Yes. What lives in those forests? All sorts of animals and trees and plants. Aren't kangaroos out there? No, honey, that's Australia. Australia is where I love to go. I think that one small onion was right about half a cup, so we're all good there. Then.
Okay, looks like that paper is not blank. But it still looks like there is no recipe written on it. Have a look at that. Look, there's just this square, this black rectangular square going round. Can't really see any much writing of a recipe.
I'm just going to leave a pile up of what I'm going to add to the sauce on this yellow cutting board. So I need a 1/4 cup diced green pepper and a 1/4 cup red pepper. Done. Can you cut them a little bit smaller than that?
Oh, you naughty child. Get to bed.
Help me. Huh? You don't have to help me. You take a break.
Oh, get away from the nose. Get away from the nose, will you?
What? Well, here. I'm gonna cut these a little smaller. Cut those small. Yeah. What's that? Can I help cut these? I already cut them. Thank you. There's one more. Wait a minute, okay? Can I cut that one? Mom, my eyes still like... No, you don't want to cut onions. Remember how it made your eyes water? How was her eyes water? Whisper, my eyes was water. Okay.
Now she's throwing the peppers into the pot. Why don't you put them on in a bowl and then put the oil and heat it up and then throw in all the veg and fry it? She's just throwing them in the cold oil. It's ridiculous.
A red bell pepper. Oh, I already cut it too. Here, hold on. Can I spread these, please? No, I want those right there. Those ones gotta stay on that board. You cut that piece. Look at this palette.
What's he spraying? You can't be spraying stuff around food, child. What the heck is that? Is that water or is this one of those cleaner sprays? Get out of the kitchen.
It's raining! Come out of the side! Raining! No, stop doing that. When he cut this, it made four. Stop, please. Yeah, you cut it into quarters. Mom, I need some more. Oh, I gotta get the tomato, please. You need to cut those smaller, please. Okay. Hey, I want help.
Right, it's gone on 4:30 and the chicken is still out of the fridge.
Ta-da.
Where did she bring those carrots from, I wonder? Because the carrots she did before that came out of that bag and she chopped them up and put them in a bowl. But where did she get them from? There's no fridge over there.
Hi, how you doing there? Hi, how you doing there? Good! Gotta get the potatoes. And then... The potato. You don't have to cut the whole bag. Punch your fingers. Can I help you? What's up with this potato?
There's nothing wrong with that potato. Why are you being so dramatic? You better be washing them, Alicia.
It's really awesome. It is really awesome. Really, what is that?
It's a feckin' potato that you didn't wash. Shut up.
Maybe that's the spot.
Okay, it's 20 to 5 and the chicken is still out. So that's like nearly 2 hours. So that's not good. That's not good, Alicia, no. Right, let's learn a bit about chicken, leaving it out of the fridge for a long time. Let's get educated.
2 out of 3 of our supermarket chickens contain Campylobacter, causing around 280,000 people to become ill each year. Now, this potentially deadly bacteria is actually very easy to combat, and here are my 3 top tips on how to handle raw chicken safely. Tip 1. Store your chicken in an extra layer of plastic. This is because in some cases Campylobacter has been found on the outside of the supermarket packaging. So always make sure you put your chicken in an extra carrier bag in the fridge. Tip 2. Always wash your hands in hot soapy water for a good 20 seconds. After you've handled raw chicken, make sure you wash your hands in hot soapy water for a good 20 seconds and never ever wash raw chicken because any splashes of water going onto nearby surfaces will cause cross-contamination. Tip 3. Always store marinating chicken in the fridge. If you leave it out at room temperature, Campylobacter will carry on multiplying. And any marinade left over that's been in contact with the raw meat should be either discarded or boiled for at least 1 minute.
See it. Okay, let's see if it's done. Oh, yeah, that looks better. Yeah, look at another one. Can I do the...
What is that? Is that dough or something? I must have missed this or something, what she said. If it's dough, she obviously didn't mix it properly. You can tell by the feckin' cracks in it.
Alright. Let's see, are these... Can we just make the cake? That is what's called the cake. It's called a Johnny cake. But it's bread. But in Bahamas they call it a Johnny cake.
Oh, it's a Johnny cake. All right, let's have a look at a Johnny cake. Let's see if she's doing it properly or not.
We're starting off with our all-purpose flour, our sugar, nutmeg, baking powder, and salt. And then I'm going to grab a whisk to mix all of my dry ingredients together. When everything is nicely mixed in together, I'm now going to add in my wet ingredient. So I'm adding here my melted butter, vegetable oil, and egg. This Johnny bread here requires some arm work. It is supposed to be a dough, so you can use your hand at some point, but this is very messy, so I prefer to just use a flexible spatula. So I'm going to mix everything in as much as I can. Now I'm adding in my carnation milk. When I add in my milk, I add a little bit at a time. So you add a little bit of milk, like you saw that I just did here, and now you mix in all of the dough, okay? Because this is supposed to be a dough, it's Johnny bread, but it's not going to be like a hard dough, like if you were making cookies or like an actual bread, like loaf bread. It's going to be like a softer dough. What I'm trying to say is you want the consistency to not be as loose as a cake batter would be, but you also don't want it to be too firm as a actual loaf bread would be. So it has to be in between. And if you keep watching, you'll see exactly what I mean. So I'm gonna keep incorporating the liquid into my dough until we have a nice, soft, firm dough like this. I'm using a 8-inch round glass pan because I don't have a standard loaf pan, but this should be done in a standard loaf pan. So I'm going to be spraying the pan with some Baker's Joy. If you don't have Baker's Joy or a baking spray, you can use your original, old school, classic. If it's not broken, don't fix it, wait, okay? So you just use some butter and then you coat the pan with flour so that it doesn't burn. It works each and every time. But of course, the spray makes life a lot easier. So now I'm going to scoop in my dough into the pan. This recipe, you don't have to let it sit in the fridge or anything to firm up. I just kindly put it right into the pan. And then you want to, because of course the dough is nice and soft, you want to spread it out as much as you can. The more time you take during this process to spread out everything, the more evenly it will cook. If you don't take your time to spread it out in the pan, it may not cook evenly. I'm almost certain this can make 2 Johnny breads, so you can put it into 2 loaf pans. I'm almost certain, but don't quote me on that. Because to be honest with you guys, I've never purchased a loaf pan. Every time I make my Johnny bread, I always bake it in whatever pan I have on hand. So you see guys, I'm nicely smoothing it out so that I can get an even bake. And then I'm going to just kind of like shake the pan around and make sure that everything is evenly spread out into the pan. At 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 40 minutes. When you get to about 30 minutes of the baking process, you can lightly brush butter on top of your bread. That is going to make it taste even more delicious. And when it comes out of the oven, you definitely want to brush a little bit more butter on top of your Johnny bread. And this is what it looks like. Okay, it didn't come out 100% perfect in looks.
Don't worry, it looks way better than the delicious one anyway. Right, so that's your Johnny bread, guys, or cake. Some people call bread cake or cake bread.
The chicken stew started, so we've got our oil with our onion and green peppers.
Look how feckin' soggy they look, over being kept in the iron for hours. Look at the state of them, all soggy.
More stuff to do though, but I'm excited. Alright, so. Yeah. Get that cooking.
Get that cooking. Go and get a feckin' new cooker with your soggy onions and peppers. You can't hear a feckin' thing coming off that cooker. It's as dead as you are when it comes to cooking, Alicia.
10 minutes, then we're gonna add our...
How can you feckin' read that? You're talking on a shit there.
Oh, it's just red pepper flakes, allspice, bay leaves, water. How much water do I need? 3 cups.
That's much better. Finally a recipe we can see.
Oh, you're cooking, Frankie!
Okay, I'm also gonna get the rice going at the same time. Alright, so for the rice, yeah, I need 6 strips of applewood smoked bacon finely chopped. I'm pretty sure I've used like every cutting board at this point. Gosh, it smells so good.
What's all that in her arm? Spots and bumps and bruises and things. What's going on with her arm?
I've got my oil heating up in my other pan for the bacon.
Finally, you heat the oil up. About time.
4, 5, 6. We got, I don't know, I've never used this brand before. It was that longer. We shall see. Alright, I'm gonna sharpen my... What did it say? Finely chopped. And my recipe just fell in the sink.
That bacon is full of fat and only a bit of meat. Is that what she wants? A fat bacon or something? Is that what's needed for the recipe? But it's full of fat.
This is really hot. I don't want you near here. This is already browned, so we're going to add the other stuff. How much red pepper flakes? Oh, that made my throat tickle. Red pepper flakes. So that was more like a teaspoon. Whoops.
That's a bit stupid, to be honest. She should have threw them all in together to fry them, since the carrots and potatoes is raw. Because now you got the peppers and onions that are half slightly burnt, and then she's adding the potatoes and carrots.
Yeah, she's going to the bathroom, honey. I'm going to add in our chicken. And
So look at the time. You can rewind the video and get a glimpse of the time. Gosh, I have it here anyway. So she's kept that chicken out of the fridge for a very long time. That's not good. She should have boiled the chicken wings first for a little bit, maybe 10 to 20 minutes, because now she's going to have to make sure those chicken wings are cooked. And by the time they do cook, the potatoes are going to be all mushy. This is just messed up. This is not how you do this. Not how I do it anyway.
these are new. Just bought these.
That pot is so dead. You should have used boiling water to speed things up. They're all just sitting there in the pot.
1, 2. Those are like stuck together. And here yet. No. It's already in here.
Oh my gosh, look at the feckin' pan. The oil is boiling. It's even disappearing. Look at the steam coming off it. Is she not even noticing us?
I'm gonna get my bacon cooking in this one while this is coming up to a simmer. Careful, this is really hot.
Although I am happy that it is hot. I think it's the first pan with oil that I have seen Alicia heat up. So I guess I shouldn't complain. But it is very hot. Be careful. Okay, what the frick was that? Tap, tap. Don't be afraid to stir the bacon before they're burning one side. Stop tapping the pan in a fish slice and that will turn them over. It'll turn them over nice.
Alright, the sauce came up to a simmer, so I got the timer set for 40 minutes for that. The bacon is cooked, so now we're going to add the rest. The onions, green bell peppers, red bell peppers. And we're going to cook, oh, I got to add the rice and a teaspoon of kosher salt. So I have 2 cups of rice. Rice cooked in bacon grease. Nice.
Okay, I believe she had washed the rice because it's sticking to the jug. But maybe she didn't rinse it properly anyway. Maybe just one rinse and that's it.
I'm going to cook this for 5 minutes. Don't worry, my kids are happy screaming on the trampoline because the smoke finally lifted. 5 minutes. Alright, the rice is lightly browned and the onions are soft. I'm going to add 2 spoonfuls of tomato paste. Oh, I noticed there was like a bunch of stuff out by the trampoline too.
You need to add boiling water with that, isn't it? Because that's tomato paste. You're supposed to mix it with boiling water first and then throw it in, isn't it? I mean, if you're throwing a can of chopped tomatoes in or plum tomatoes, you don't really need to put water. But tomato paste is different, isn't it? You do need to add boiling water with that. I believe so now. Yeah.
Console to see if we want to do anything yet. What time is it? Bahamas? Chicken stew thing, pigeon beans and rice, lobster tail. This is really hot. I don't want you guys in the kitchen. Okay, now we're going to add in 2 cups chicken stock, 1 cup water, a can of drained and rinsed pigeon peas, yeah, and
All right, the chicken wings are boiling away, but that's not enough water, I think. I can see the chicken on top of the water. That's not going to cook good, I think. Think you need to turn them over. Have a bit of a flip.
not dead small. I put it away. No, it's me. Alright, so I don't have the fresh oregano. I forgot to get it. So I'm going to put in dried oregano, about a tablespoon. And a teaspoon of cumin. these should both end at like the same time, which I didn't plan, but hey, look at that. Let's pretend I did.
I believe there's too much sauce with that rice, because she did a little bit of rice, but the sauce looks too much. So I think it's going to be a bit soggy. Maybe now, we'll see. Right, more unwashed peppers. Oh yeah, and the kids don't even eat them, just Alex.
I have a question though, Mom. Do the kids
Yes.
really even eat the peppers?
Alex does.
Oh.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Alright, that's boiling, so I'm going to turn the heat down and simmer that. Whenever I like open something and I don't use it all and I'm gonna put it in the fridge, I write the date on it so that like I use it in time, or if I find it later and I'm like, when did I open this? Anyways, it's the 7th. So 6-7, and then I'll know when it was opened.
Go air that. Tomorrow you'll use a new one and leave that rash away in the fridge.
Right, there's a potato bag. She took the potatoes out of that bag, she peeled the potatoes, and she didn't wash them, and she threw them into the pot. And there you go.
Okay, so I have 2 sticks of butter. I have about a 1/4 cup of lemon juice, one, like a half clove of garlic, like of the already mixed up garlic, and I did 3 tablespoons of salt. And I'm going to take some crushed red pepper and I'm going to crush it up even more because my head's cut off. And I'm going to crush it up even more just because I want it to be finer, because I don't want to have big chunks of spiciness, because I know everybody won't like that. So I'm estimating it would be like I don't know, probably a tablespoon of crushed red pepper.
Okay, Josh seems to know what he's doing without having to look at a recipe. Maybe he's not too bad at cooking sometimes, I think. Sometimes only, not all the time. Or better than Alicia, maybe.
Okay, so I've crushed that up. Put that in. And I will stir that up.
Grilling or boiling?
I think I'm going to broil them. So I could just broil them. That'd be easier. Okay, so flip these over.
If Josh only knew that Alicia doesn't wash those scissors. Unless he knows but doesn't care. I'm sure he watches some of her videos, no? He'd have to, like. Or maybe not, maybe he doesn't watch her videos.
Arbor.
I bet the kids won't be getting any of that lobster. Maybe now. I'm sure they'll be just getting that chicken stuff. I'm sure Josh will be eating all that. Won't you, Josh? Scratchy hole.
Oh, I wonder what Alicia was doing there with her edits. Overlaying it with something. That white screen.
Right, let's have a look at the lobster recipe, because I'm feeling bored here with Josh. Alright, that looked yummy. The break's over. Back to born Josh. Fet that shit. Just speed it up a bit.
Does that look right?
Yes. That looks right.
You're incapable of running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Alright, keep going here. I'm gonna give this kid a shower bath. Shower.
And on go the tails.
What did he put on top of it? Is that cheese or something? It can't be cheese, nah. I don't know. Let's see.
What the feck? What's going on with them? They look upside down. Is it cooking the shell, or is it supposed to be cooking the meat? Huh?
Dixie.
Okay, he's using that messaging to check if they're cooked. I wonder what happened to the chicken. We haven't seen the chicken yet. What's that on top? I'm not sure they're cooked. Are they cooked, are they? Especially with all the juice coming off it. It was the same last time with the chicken, the raw chicken, the juice coming off it. I'm not sure, let's see.
This pineapple upside down cake, no, it is not like fancy. It is the box cake. Pineapple. I gotta get out the maraschino cherries. And yeah, that's.
Didn't you already make a feckin' Johnny cake? How many more cakes you gonna eat? There's enough cakes now, Alicia.
Harley really wants cotton candy tonight with our new cotton candy maker our friend sent us. However, I don't know if that's going to happen tonight. Figuring out the cotton candy machine.
It's 7 o'clock. Gosh, that's a late dinner, isn't it? I usually eat my dinner around 3 or 4 o'clock. What about you guys? You eat your dinner at 7 or 8 at night. Isn't that supper time? That's when you eat our supper, no?
Jason is helping Bodie with his homework, and it's the cutest thing ever.
Yeah, because you're too busy doing videos every day, isn't it? Now, look at that. The siblings helping each other do the homework, which is the mother's job. But she's so busy.
Every day Sean calling me to pick him up.
What's that stuff? Is that cinnamon? Like the cinnamon? Or chocolate powder, I guess. And she's making a cake. Oh, yeah.
You already know. We have 4 appointments tomorrow for an orthodontist, and they keep calling me, don't touch this pan, it's hot. And they keep calling me and texting me and emailing me to remind me that we have appointments tomorrow. It's like they know I forget things.
Oh, shut up. You would lose your head if it wasn't screwed on.
This pan is really hot, so I don't want you to touch it.
Why it's feckin' lumpy like that? We're gonna mix the feckin' shit properly, yeah?
No. Alright, you're supposed to use those pineapple rings. However, we're all out. It's going in the cake. I'm just using chunks. Who put pineapple in the cake?
Is that a lobster over there? What was that one? Alicia, is it? She made sure to take her one, didn't she? Where's my one night? Feck's sake. I get none?
No, $3.50 for more cherries.
What kind of disgusting dessert is that? No one's gonna eat that feckin' shit. What happened to the cake? Where's the cake gone?
Stockpiling, but look at that. Cake isn't ruined.
The cake isn't ruined? Where the feck is it then?
Can't get this. Okay. Just putting cherries wherever. There is no rhyme or reason here. Just drop one. Just adding some flavor. It's dropping. Right, if you had the pineapple rings, you would put them inside the rings. However, clearly we don't have those. This good. So good. So good. Okay. I'm making a cherry drop. Yum. Wait. Here. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now we're just starting our cake mix.
Okay, there's the cake mix. But what kind of cake is she making? I never see that happen.
Put this in the oven while we eat dinner. Okay, here is the finished product. Banana bread. Today, it's getting late. Bob and Diane sent those to us. We're gonna have pineapple upside down cake for dessert today.
Okay, so it's pineapple cake upside down. And she was supposed to use the ring pineapple. Anyway, that chicken didn't look good at all. It's just nothing really. And the rice stuff, I don't know what's going on with that. Doesn't look appetizing. The lobsters look nice, except for the hairy one. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. Take care of yourself.
No, it's cleared out.
I have one.
Yeah, so you have one, Daddy has one.
No.
And Bria had one.
It's really good.
Okay, she edited out that part there because I think the kids were having an argument or a fight, because obviously they didn't all get one, isn't it? Because she didn't do many of them. So, yeah.
Oh, wow, Casey, you ate all your food.
Feckin' bastards then. Such shitty holes.
Yeah, you ate all your food.
You had 3 of these?
Yeah, so feckin' what, Josh? I would have eaten them all. I would have eaten them all, Josh. You're getting none. No more for you.
It was good chicken.
Really? Tell your face that. Your face doesn't seem to think it's good.
Okay, that cake has to cook a bit longer, but I'm going to end this vlog because I have to get on a Zoom. Thank you for cooking Around the World Night Bahamas with us. You are strong.
Go to feckin' bed. Piss off. Good night, guys. Thanks a lot. Chat soon.